Certainly not the kind of video I enjoy making, but as you may have already heard, just 2 days ago, a routine flight operated by Air India turned into one of the most alarming aviation disasters in the last 30 years. Air India Flight 171, a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, was scheduled to fly from Ahmedabad International Airport in India to London Gatwick in the UK. Shortly after takeoff, the jet, with 242 souls on board, crashed into a college hostel only 1.5 kilometers from the runway. It had reached a maximum altitude of 625 feet, or just over 190 meters, before rapidly descending and crashing just 30 seconds after takeoff. The flight took off at around 1:38 p.m. local time, and only seconds after rotation, Ahmedabad ATC received a mayday call from the pilots, signaling that the pilots likely knew what had happened. The situation is being investigated. However, footage of the incident possibly shows a stall with an incredibly disturbing angle of attack. Video captured by onlookers and CCTV shows the Dreamliner ascending slowly before falling towards the ground and erupting into a massive fireball as the full fuel tank ignited. The crash, claiming the lives of 241 out of 242 passengers and crew, is one of the worst accidents in the last 30 years, and the first involving the Boeing 787. At least 28 lives were claimed on the ground, resulting in at least 269 fatalities in total. The aircraft in question, a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner registered VT-A&B, is one of Air India's oldest Dreamliners at 11.5 years old. The route, Ahmedabad to Gatwick, is operated by Air India with the 787 around 12 times per week since 2013. The worldwide Dreamliner fleet has flown over 5 million times, carrying almost 500,000 passengers each week. On board the flight, there were 230 passengers, 11 of which were children and 2 of which were infants. There were 2 pilots and 10 cabin crew. The victims of this tragedy include 169 Indian nationals, 53 British nationals, 7 Portuguese nationals, and 1 Canadian national. In the aftermath, a comprehensive investigation was launched involving Indian authorities, Boeing, and international aviation experts. I've decided to upload this video 48 hours after the incident occurred, so that I could gather as much potential information. YouTuber Swiss001 pointed out in a possible clue to the cause of the accident, a claim that the 787's ram air turbine was visible in the CCTV footage. For context, the ram air turbine deploys to provide emergency power to the aircraft systems, often in the case of a dual engine failure. I'm not saying that a dual engine failure is the cause of this crash, as investigations are currently underway and no theory is a 100% certain theory, but it is possible. A bird strike is also a potential theory. An airliner is designed to still be able to fly with one engine, but birds ingested into both could cause significant damage and result in a dual failure. However, no visual damage to the engines, such as debris or flames, are visible in the footage. On a solemn note, our thoughts remain with the victims and their families. I extend my deepest respect to all affected by this tragedy. As the investigation goes on, stay tuned for more news and information about this accident. Thank you for watching.